everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm back with another testing Primark makeup. As you will see by my previous videos below, I've been trying out some Primark makeup this week, and for today's video it's time to try out the eyeshadow palette. So this is one of the new palettes. I've tried out one previously before and the colours were absolutely dreadful. They weren't pigmented, but I feel like they'd made it before, the colours were too safe and you couldn't make any sort of look in it. There wasn't a transition shade, the colours just was not pigmented. But I saw this one in there. This was £2.50, so this one was 50p more expensive, but this is very similar to my MAC x9. So I'll insert a picture of a MAC x9 palette here, and this is the Primark one. So the Primark one looks a little something like this. Just looking at this palette compared to other palettes, I've never seen a palette quite like this, and I thought the colours were I just thought the colours were really unique and I was really excited to try them. I absolutely love the pink. This transition shade in the corner looked absolutely beautiful. And there's like such a good variety of shimmers, like a white for the base and like a highlight in a corner. There's some sparkly and shimmery shades, so I was just really excited. I thought I could create a really nice look with this, so I'm going to try it out for you guys today. So if you want to see how I get on trying the PS Vintage eyeshadow palette, then keep on watching. So in order to try out the palette to the best of its abilities, I'm going to just be using my everyday normal blending brush, which I'd always use for eyes. And to start off with, we're just going to apply some of these don't actually have names. The colours don't actually have names. So the colours don't have names, but I'm going to be using this white one here just to wipe across the whole eyelid. First thing I'm noticing is they are quite powdery when you tap off the excess. But that is not a problem. It sometimes can mean they're just a little bit more pigmented and they are quite powdery. Oh, it's very pigmented. And now we're going to be trying out this shade in the corner, which I was quite excited to try. This is sort of the only sort of transition shade in the palette. Like, you could use the grey, but I'm just not really into grey, so we're just going to be using this one. Again, tap off the excess. Not as much excess product. Not as much. That one isn't as powdery. So the first thing I'm noticing is they are very pigmented, but they're quite hard to blend. So they're sort of applying quite well, but then they're not blending as well as they could. So just to make sure this isn't like really messy, so I'm just going to apply it a little bit more. You'll have to excuse my inner corner because my eye is watering like crazy and it's not really budging anywhere. So I'm just going to wipe off the excess, as you can see. So I'm finding the eyeshadow is quite hard to blend, so I'm just going to apply some makeup tape onto my eyes so I can get quite a sharp line and focus more on the blending above it than on the side, because I don't want it to look patchy, so we'll just do that. As you can see, it is like, the eyeshadows themselves are very, very powdery. So now I can focus more on like swiping motions. Next shade I think I'm going to take, because that is sort of the only dark one. I feel like I wanted it to look quite bronzy, but I'm going to attempt to apply some of the pink shade as a transition. As sort of like to the inner corner. That pink shade didn't really do anything at all. It's not pigmented, it's actually quite terrible, but yeah. So we're going to be applying the Precious Metals liquid eyeshadow now. This was £2 and it literally looks like the new Stila liquid pens, so it looks a little something like this. The wand is quite big and there's a lot of product on there. I've actually got a liquid lipstick that looks very identical to this. I'm going to apply some of this dark green shade in the crease. Tap off the excess. The green shade is probably the least powdery colour in there, so I'm not sure if it's going to be as pigmented. Oh, it is actually quite pigmented. It's quite a weirdly unique colour. I think it does go really well with gold actually, which you wouldn't expect, but I do really like it. So although I want this look to look quite bronzy and classic, I also want it to look quite different. So I'm actually going to apply some of the green shades to my lower lash line to match the outer corner, and then buff it out with a bit of this like orangey tan shade. tapping off the excess. Again, quite powdery. I feel like the only issue I've had with this palette is that it's quite powdery and that there's a transition shade, but that's sort of it. Like, you could use one of these on the lid, but I feel like you would need a Fix Plus. I feel like for £2 this palette is excellent, even just for this shade, because I absolutely love it. And the greens are really, really nice too. So that is the green shades added on the lash line. As you can see, I've just sort of created like a golden green look. I sort of just tried to work with what I had. I applied the Precious Metals liquid metallic liquid eyeshadow, which you'll see in another video, but it worked really nice with the actual palette. The palette actually went really well together. I'll show you up close, but this is sort of the look. Just please excuse like my watery eye, I'll try and get rid of it occasionally, but the look, it looks very messy because the actual colours are quite powdery, but I used this one in the crease and the green ones on the lash line, and buffed a bit of this one in the transition along with this mixed together. These two weren't really pigmented, but I feel like they would work really well with like a primer water. But I'm just really happy with how it was. For £2.50 you can't go wrong with this palette, even if you only want to use like a couple of the shades out of it. I would also really recommend this shade here because honestly it's so pigmented. But overall I would definitely recommend this palette. It was £2.50. It's called the PS Vintage Eyeshadow, and if you haven't tried it, make sure you get down and give it a go yourself because I'd really recommend it. So much for watching this video. Make sure to check out my other Primark videos if you haven't already. Please make sure to thumbs up, comment, and please make sure you subscribe and share this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!